So it's probably pretty difficult for him to even see you know, what's my motivation? Get away from the guy with the hammer. You know?
Or when they're walking down the hallway and Dane and Lars cross each other and they both have that intense look. I thought that was pretty great because he's got intense eyes too. So. He's scaring me right now.
I was the second choice.
He's too expensive though.
You're not a New York band, but you have endeared yourself to New York a lot over the last couple of days. Can you just talk a little bit about, yeah, sure, decades. But this week in particular, can you talk a little bit about the last couple of days?
Yesterday.
It's been insane. I mean, like somebody out there was saying, it goes back to Old Bridge in New Jersey, back in about 57 or 58, I think it was. And
18, what?
We have a long history here and a lot of love, but the last couple of days, between the Apollo, between Yankee Stadium yesterday, Howard Stern this morning. Everything's New York institutions, and here being part of the New York Times thing with you guys. It's insane. 32 years into your career. First of all, that people still give a shit. Second of all, that you can come and be sort of embraced with this kind of love and passion that still continues to come our way. It's kind of a mind fuck. That's really, really cool. And the biggest difference nowadays is that our eyes are open enough to take it all in, which really makes such a big difference because you can kind of walk around and go, holy shit, this is so cool. Where 20 years ago, 10 years ago, we were just such a hurry all the time that we never really took any of it in,
How far along are you on the new album?
Well, you really want to know?
I think we actually started to give it some effort, but then the movie project kind of like showed its face and kind of took precedent, and next thing you knew, all we were doing was the movie. So
How long have you been working on this movie? When did it start?
A couple and a half years.
yeah, 2-3 years.
Yeah.
3.5 years.
And did you have to, there were the concerts, there were exterior shots, did you have to reshoot parts of it? Did you, what was the filming time?
Well, it took a year and a half to build the stage, so after this famous get-together in Belfast, then they went off to build the stage, and that took literally a year and a half. And then when we got on the stage, of course, none of the gags worked. So then that was another 9 months after that of kind of making it all work.
Yeah.
And then that brought us to the summer of 12 last year, where we did all the filming. We did rehearsals for a couple, 2 weeks in Mexico City.
Yeah.
And then we did all the filming in Western Canada, and then they did all the narrative stuff for about 3 weeks after that. And then we went into post, and we started seeing the first few edits just about a year ago. And the main thing that we wanted, much to the disbelief of the director and the editors, were we wanted more story, more Dane, more narrative, less band. And this is actually the first story that we've been told where every single frame that was shot at Dane DeHaan and the narrative is in the film. There's not one DVD extra anywhere.
Really?
And and it actually came to the point where we had to wrestle with Spider-Man. Dane's been working on Spider-Man Dane was working on Spider-Man for 6 months this year, and we wrestled one day out of Spider-Man for an additional 5 or 6 scenes that we got for Dane. So we got a little more out of Dane in April for one 12-hour day, and there you go.
Yeah, you went from this to this. It's kind of easy.
When you talk about how difficult it was to build the stage, that may be surprising for some people because your stage productions have been really complex, and some of those things that were in the movie have happened on stage in some form.
Analog, now it's digital.
Well, so tell me.
We had to make them bigger.
Yeah.
Bigger and better.
this is all the other stuff
Just
combined
physically
on
big?
steroids. Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, Lady Justice was, I don't know how tall she was in the Justice for All tour, but she's a lot bigger now. She
Made a
grew up.
Will Stone